Today's topic, good is the enemy of great. Hi, I'm Doug Holt with author of Your Own Story, and this is your Daily Growth Hack, where each day we give you a tip, trick, or insight to help you up-level what we call the 5 to Thrive. That is your mind, your body, your soul, your relationships, and your business. Hey, how are you doing today? And what most people respond is, I'm doing okay, or I'm doing good. Well, I'm here to tell you as the author of Your Own Story, good is the enemy of great. Why? Well, you already know that your physiology affects the way you do things, right? You're slumped over, you're down, it makes you depressed. They've done studies that just by putting your shoulders back and smiling for over 30 days can clear depression. How crazy is that? Of course, yeah, you can take drugs and there's all kinds of things to cure clinical depression, but they did a study just your body's physiology. Now, what's the physiological difference that you see in somebody that just says, hey, how you doing? I'm doing okay, or I'm doing good, versus I'm doing great. That person that says that instantly feels great and becomes infectious of all of those around them. Now, this can be applied to all of your 5 to Thrive. How are you doing in your mind? Are you just doing good? Or where else can you actually be doing great and raise the bar? And raise it now. Don't wait. Do it now. Raise it with your energy. Bring more energy and intention to that. And don't bring good energy. Bring great energy. Bring great energy every time. Not only will that pick you up, give you more energy, but it'll raise those people around you. You see, you have a choice. You can change what's called the triad, right? I learned this from Tony Robbins before, and that's really changing your state. You know, the things that your physical being, but also your psychology and the words coming out of your mouth. He calls it the triad, and that's not exactly how it goes, but that's how I currently use it. And so with that triad or with changing your physiology, I'll come home and I'll be tired, right? I run 5 businesses. I do things. I love to be doing it in action. It just fills me up. But at the same time, I have a newborn, right? So it's easy for me to be like, hey, it's 5 or 6 o'clock and I have a flexible schedule, so I take a lot of time off too. But it's 5 or 6 o'clock and I'm just tired and I've had all these things happening with the businesses and we're launching this thing that's my passion as author of Your Own Story University, and it's taken a lot out of me because I want it to be the best program out there. And it's easy for me just to lay down and have my infant son looking at me like, hey, Dad, you're tired? Okay. Or I can just change, right? I can stand up straight, stand up tall, smile, come up with 3 things I'm just extremely grateful for, and I can walk in there with energy. And 9 times out of 10, when I do that and I come up to my little son, he just starts smiling and giggling. And it's the exact opposite. He can sense it. Even at his young age, he can start smiling and giggling, and I start smiling and giggling, and we start playing on the ground, and it's great. And my energy is just so lifted, and things are great. And that's a choice that we make, right? Good is a choice, but so is great. Now, you have people that complain, and they're not even close to good. So we'll forget that scenario because I know you're not one of them. But if you're walking around and you're just saying good, how are you doing? I'm good. Why not be great? Why not be great and emphasize it and live into it? Don't just be like, yeah, I'm great. I'm great. I'm doing great. Things are amazing. Because think about it. If you're alive right now, if you are alive, life is good. Life is amazing. If you have the ability to watch these daily growth hacks or listen to them, depending on how you decide to digest them, you are one of the privileged few in the world. And life is great for you. And there are a lot of people, and I would guess millions of people that would love to trade places with you right now. Life is great. So remember, whenever you're doing anything in your 5 to Thrive or just in your daily life, strive for great. Don't even strive for great, just be great. Just stop. It's be, do, have. Be, do, have. First you have to be, then you have to do, and then you get. Most people assume that they're going to get something which is going to create a feeling inside them that's going to allow them to be this person, that's going to allow them to be great. That's not true. First you have to be great, then you have to do great things that allows you to have greatness and abundance in your life. And that's what I want to talk about today. That's what we're talking about now. It's just about being great. Now, good is the enemy of great. And that's something, if you're one of those people that walks around, it's like, hey, how you doing, Frank? Well, I'm doing okay. If that's you, put a poster, put a banner on your computer screen, put something above your bed that good is the enemy of great. That's your new mantra. I want you to go out there, and each time someone's talking to you and asking you how things are going, you're doing great. You just are. And I guarantee you, after 30 days, you're gonna feel better. You're gonna feel great. The work you do is gonna be better. Your physiology is gonna be better. Your relationships are gonna be better. Your business is gonna start growing exponentially. Whether you're an intrapreneur or an entrepreneur, everything around you is just gonna start to improve. And that is how you become the author of your own story. So what I want you to do is grab your journal, just like we always do, and remember, do the work. Don't be that person. Don't be that person that's good enough to listen to these daily growth hacks. You want to do the work. Start right now. You can go back and do the other ones. We have almost 100 of these tips. That's 100 things that takes you from good to great. Now, doing the work is the difference between someone who's good enough and someone who's great. There's a gap between. That gap is doing the work. So what I want you to do is grab your journal, write down your 5 to thrive. That's your mind, your body, your soul, your relationships, and your business. I want you to write those down and write it out in the areas that you're just doing good in. And write down, when you write that down, I want you to rewrite that whole sentence and write it down in, I'm doing great in this area. And believe it, and I want you to embody that. And now I want you to go out and do great. Simple as that. So a quick example, we use business, right? So as a business owner, I could say, I'm really good at communicating with my staff. They're all over the world. I'm really good at keeping them engaged and communicating with them. So I write that down. Now I'm gonna rewrite that. You know what? I'm great at communicating with my staff. I'm great at delegating, motivating them, letting them know the company's vision, where we're going, transparency with the numbers, our clients. I'm really just great at making sure they have every resource they need and they know I have their back 24/7. They're family to me. Now, it's just saying that just lights me up. It's a different feeling altogether. So I write that down. And now that is my new mantra. That's the new way I do things. That is the way I do things. And it's the difference between good and great. It's a small difference, but at the same time, it's a huge difference. And it's also the difference between just being somebody who's living life on someone else's terms or life on your own terms. That's it for me today. As always, go over to authorofyourownstory.com, sign up for the newsletter where we'll get more tips, tricks, and insights sent right to your inbox to help you bridge that gap from good to great. And go to the Author of Your Own Story community and share this. And of course, share this with 3 other people. It's a simple thing to do. Pass this on to 3 people that you know that you think would benefit from this. And even if it's just to start a conversation with them and ask them, hey, where do you think I'm just doing good where I could do great? That's a great way to bridge a conversation to grow yourself, but also bring your tribe in. Build your tribe. 3 people is all I'm asking. It's an easy task to do, and I hope you do it now. That's it for me today. Remember, go out and be the author of your own story. I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Growth Hacks. Please put your comments right down below, and remember to click subscribe. This way we can ensure that we're delivering these Daily Growth Hacks right to you each and every day. On behalf of the whole team here, remember, go out and be the author of your own story.